This entire deck could collapse at any minute. If I can get down to the bottom before that happens, I'll show you why. Alright, I safely made it down to the ground, and surprisingly, the deck is still standing. It didn't collapse. Now we're going to take a look underneath of it, and I'm actually kind of afraid of what I might find. Well, that can't be. That post looks like it's okay. And so does this one here. See, this deck was built, I don't know, 25 or 26 years ago. All right, I can't keep doing that. I have too much to do this evening. I was just being a little sarcastic there. If you saw that video the other day, I think it was titled Day 1 of the Hobby Barn build, there were a ton of comments. A lot of positive comments, some not so positive. Some people just trying to be helpful. But the big thing was, a lot of people had problems the way the posts were set in the ground. Okay, so we're going to talk about that tonight. Why I decided to do that, and why I am 100% sure it will be fine for me with our building. Now, as I said, this deck was built, I don't know, 25 or 26 years ago, okay? 6x6 treated posts, just set in the ground on a hunk of concrete in the bottom, basically. I think it was a concrete, like a cookie, little pad down there that's sitting on. Basically the same thing we're doing with the building over there. Now, if a post is going to rot, it always happens right at ground level where you have moisture, air, you know, that's where they'll rot off. These posts are perfectly fine, no problems at all after 25 or 26 years. Now these ones here on the play set, they are 4x4 posts, same condition as the ones on the deck. These have been in the ground for probably, I'm guessing 20 years. I know it was a lot longer than 15 or 16 because that's how old Eva is. And she wasn't even around when we built this. But yeah, this has been in the ground a long time, and it has held up really well. Even with Hunter, who's a pretty big dude, on the swings. Hunter still uses these swings. No problems at all. The posts are in great shape. Where's your other two partners in crime?
They're taking a rest right now. You hear that phone ringing?
No.
That's Adventure calling. Look.
That's some joke, Melissa. Where'd you get that shirt at?
Adventure. I bought it to wear on my trip, and
oh, you bought it before we left?
I went with the fashion of flannel.
Huh, yeah.
Flannel fashion, so I never wore it. So here I am. And today was a beautiful day, low humidity, actually no humidity, and more leaves on the trees are changing.
I know,
so
right?
If you watch my channel, Morgan's Off the Leash, you'll see footage of.
Did you go for a hike today?
Yeah, but I'm putting something together and I'll see that.
All right. So we're talking about the building, and we're going to share some footage that you took today, okay, and the posts and why I decided to do what I'm doing, and I'm 100% confident in my decision.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you a little bit of footage that Melissa took earlier today of them working on the building, and then we'll get back to talking more about these posts and why I decided to do what I'm doing here. Looks like they had a pretty good day today. Got a lot done. Now I'm guessing they left these posts out right here. So when they start setting the trusses, they can carry them right in here. They have a boom pole for this Kubota SVL 75. So I imagine they'll carry them in, you know, once this is all done, and start setting the trusses at that end, working their way this way. And probably when they get close to the end, they'll set these posts and then the rest of the trusses. I'm guessing that's what they're going to do. But as you can see, this is one of the garage doors here. You'll be able to pull in this way right here. And the way I'm thinking is, you know, I can back, you know, a tractor over here. This whole side right here, I mean, I can put like a zero turn, the BX and the Ranger all along this side. This is 10 feet before you get to the garage door. And then this door over here, you know, it's in line with the one behind me. I'll have to make this a little bit wider out here, but I'll have a road that goes out and around just to be able to take the tractors or the side-by-side out. I'll have a road that goes all the way around the building. And this side here, you know, this will be for my pickup maybe, but we still have the other garage. This garage section right here is going to be mostly, you know, for the tractors and the equipment and things like that. That's why I didn't go with more garage doors. And then this end down here, it will be a game room down here. The total dimensions of this is 40 by 72. And this will be like a 30 by 40 game room in here, all finished. We'll do, you know, like a lot of rough cut lumber in here and tin, real rustic looking. It'll be real nice. And we'll have a man door right here. This will be cut out, obviously, but the man door will be right here. And what I'm thinking is, you'll walk in, right, coming in this way, and you'll have a little hallway goes down this way to the game room, and then another door going into the shop. And I'll actually have a little office in here as well too. I still don't have everything finalized on the inside. I've been kind of sketching some stuff out. But anyway, that's kind of the plan. We'll go over this more, you know, in more detail at another time. But tonight I wanted to talk about these columns, posts, I call these columns here, and why I chose to do this the way I did it. Now, as you can see, these are laminated, and only the bottom parts are pressure treated, which kind of makes sense because that's the only part that's in the ground. Now, these laminated posts, they're supposed to be straighter and stronger than like a regular 6x6 post. And one thing nice about these, after they're glued up and nailed, or however they put these together, there's a lot of glue I can see. They're machined, and they are nice and straight and square. Look down there. These are really nice. I like those. Now, there will be regular 6x6 posts out here. There'll be 4 of them that go across over here for that like shed roof that comes off. There'll be a little patio out under here. They'll use the regular 6x6 posts for that. But everything else is these laminated columns. Now, let's look at how these columns are set in the ground here. There's no concrete in this hole, except for at the very bottom. And you have those. Those are at the bottom of the hole. And the column sits right on top of that hunk of concrete down at the bottom. No cement around it at all. It's just backfilled with what you see right there. And that's some pretty good shale. It compacts really well. Now, there are a ton of comments asking why I would do that, and that these posts are going to rot off anywhere from, I think they said, worst case scenario, someone told me was 5 years. Max was 15 years, I think is what they said. And in my opinion, that is simply not true at all. And I mean, I base that opinion on what I have seen over my lifetime in our area right here. This type of construction has been used for decades. Matter of fact, I did a video, I don't know, a month ago, where I went out the road. We were talking about all the new development in our area here, and I showed you a place that I used to work. There was a building there, and it just dawned on me today. That was built 37 years ago. Same type of construction. The only difference is the pressure treating is a lot better today than it was then. So I'm pretty confident that this building will be just fine for my needs. Now, you know, the concrete pillars with the stainless on top, I agree, would be better. It would. It's a lot more money as well. I just don't think that's something that I wanted to do for this building. Now, just to be clear, it is my opinion that there are better ways to do a foundation system than what I'm doing right here, but you have to draw the line somewhere. I mean, if money was no object, I'd probably do, I don't know, 42-inch deep footers and like a poured concrete wall, build from there, and all brick. But I probably have about $350,000 or $400,000 in the building, and that's just not in the cards, and it's not what I need for something like this. I kind of debated back and forth on whether or not to even address this in a video, and the reason is, you know, I could tell from some of the comments that people are pretty much set in their ways and their mind was made up. I mean, I can show you the posts on the deck that have been in there for 25 years, or the posts on the jungle gym. Heck, we could drive around Western Pennsylvania for the next couple days, and I could show you hundreds of buildings built the same way, but they're pretty much set in their ways and aren't going to change your mind. And I'm not trying to change your mind. It doesn't matter one bit to me. The reason I do videos like this is because some people genuinely had some questions and they're curious about how this is being built. So that's why I did this. Now, when I started this channel, it didn't take me long to realize that nobody can try and spend your money harder than the comments section on a YouTube video. They should actually call it "You Should" instead of YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been thousands, I mean thousands of great comments and suggestions and people sharing tips, all good stuff. But you always got that, you know, you should pave your driveway, you should build that building twice as big, you need this or you need that. And that's just not the way things really work. Now, lastly, before I wrap this video up, I want to mention one more thing. Keep in mind that, you know, we are from all different parts of the country. As a matter of fact, all different parts of the world. And what may work for me may not work for you, and vice versa. I had to laugh the other day. Somebody commented, they're from California. They said, you cannot build a building like that in California. And I was thinking to myself, about 50% of what I do, I couldn't do in California. Well, before I wrap this video up, I want to give you one more look at the building here. Now, tomorrow they are calling for some rain. We'll have to see how that shakes out. But it doesn't look too bad for the rest of the week. I would say a week from now, this should all be under roof and we'll be starting to prep for concrete. But anyway, before it gets dark, I'm going to hop on the tractor, move a little bit of dirt this evening, and then call it a day. And like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.